Ayo! What's up, y'all?
What's going on? Good evening, everybody. You know what time it is. It's time to transform your mindset. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to another episode of Transformational Mindset Podcast, where we use our experience, our knowledge, our struggles, and our lessons and turn them into a message of hope, positive change, and success. I personally believe that everything that we accomplish in life or what we don't accomplish in life is a direct result of our own mindset. How we think about something will determine how we feel about it, and how we feel will decide our behaviors and our actions we take, which in turn decides what we manifest. Having a positive mindset starts with the process, following up with the positive actions. You can't lose. So with all that said, I'm proud to introduce this amazing panel of co-hosts, starting with my brother JB.
What's up?
And my brother Drew Jameson and my sister Sugar Rose. What's going on, guys? How are you guys doing tonight?
Amazing. It's not Monday, it's Tuesday, right?
Yes, it's a Tuesday.
Yes, it is Tuesday.
Club's going up on a Tuesday.
It is.
What's up, y'all? Hope everybody's having an amazing Tuesday, Taco Tuesday. Love you guys. Y'all are absolutely amazing.
Yes, it's been good. I know you two had a couple days off. Y'all weren't here with us on the last episode, but that, it happens. I think it's okay. Me and Sugar Rose was on here the last episode. It was good.
Family first, baby. Had my little man, my little tan man. So that is priority number one. I love you guys. I'll be here as much as I can, but little man takes precedence.
Oh, yeah.
It's all good, man. But you know what? We're all here now, and I'm excited about the conversation that we're going to have tonight. But before we jump into that conversation, I just want you guys to talk a little bit about how your week's been and just talk a little bit. So what's going on, JB? How's things been for you, bro?
Things are great. I am back in a amazing place. The pandemic kind of set a lot of people up for situations to where it's amazing place. Echoing back here. I don't know. I apologize, guys.
No, you're good.
It just kind of sets some people up for, when the pandemic hit, it furloughs, all sorts of things hit. And the company I was with is an amazing company, doing amazing things. It was growing to a great place. Unfortunately, that was cut short. As life happens, I've had this happen in a couple places that I went and visited. They said the grass is not always greener. And
that's right.
It's interesting, too, because this is the home. This is where I wanted to be. I got back into it. The situation is much better. Things have been rolling great, and they're moving along. So it's going in a positive trend. Literally came off of 2 months that were terrible. But again, it was that perseverance, looking straight forward, like, look, I'm not going to let this happen. I've been dealt with challenges. I've dealt with so much struggle before. We're going to figure this out. It'll be
Never
okay.
gave up. You kept pushing
That's right.
forward. You knew that you knew that you had to keep pushing, and that's what you did, bro. And so
Absolutely.
Here you are, and I'm proud of you, man.
I'm here. We're moving,
you're
baby.
A
We're going
boss.
full. And unfortunately, I'm a year older today.
Yes. Happy birthday to JB. Everybody,
Thanks,
if y'all want to
brother.
wish him a happy birthday, for those
Got
that
the
are
birthday
listening.
glasses on. We're wearing the birthday glasses.
But those that are in the that are watching this live, if you guys want to post happy birthday to my man, it's a big deal. So happy
Appreciate
birthday,
it.
JB.
Sagittarius, rise up. Let's go.
Drew, what's up, brother? How's your week been, man?
It has been absolutely amazing. I got everything packed up out of the apartment. Honestly, I feel that I'm taking the right steps towards the right path finally. As you guys know, I've talked to all three of y'all who are here on this board, and it's been stressful. And I've finally got the apartment packed. Everything is packed up and out, and the reality's hit in. My life's changing finally. All three of these people have given me the tools to change my life into the right direction and do what I need to do for me. And
that came down to you wanting it, bro. You wanted it and you made it happen. So people gave you the tools and helped you. That's right.
You guys gave me the tools. And for everybody in here right now, I did move out of my apartment, so I'm at my parents' house. I got my niece here today, so that's why she's on camera with me, because she wanted to come and see y'all. And with us, family is everything. And
always,
first.
Always.
And she asked me, Uncle Drew, can I come in and sit on this? I'm like, yeah, you can.
Let's go. Let's go. Well, man, I'm
But
so glad you're here tonight, brother.
it's amazing, and it's such a great feeling. And I know a lot of us are afraid of change. Change is good, y'all. It is.
It is, brother. It definitely is. And we're going to get into a lot more of that in just a few minutes. Sugar Rose, what's up, my sister? How has your week been?
Hello. It's been good. Just kind of from the long weekend that I had with Thanksgiving and everything. Probably ate way too pie. I'm not gonna lie.
I think we all did.
I love Thanksgiving, just the food and everything.
Yeah.
My favorite time. But
It just gives you
I'd
a
say
reason to eat a
honestly,
lot of
little bit
food and
for
not
me,
feel guilty for it.
Yes, that's right. That's right. I don't feel guilty. Oh, but no, it's holidays can be a little tough for people sometimes. I know for me personally, holidays are a little tough for me. I really just tried to have my boys and just make some amazing memories and cook some good food. And we always watch our famous holiday movies that we love to watch every year. And so it was really, really nice. I felt like it was just nice to be able to connect with them and do that. So it's good. And then, going back to work this week has been busy. Just
That's
kind of
always
tread
good.
right along. I'm so excited. I'm so excited and ready for South Carolina in 2 weeks. So that's going to be so much
Counting
fun
down
for
the
the
weeks
Vet
now.
Life for Life event. And yeah.
Yes. Counting down the weeks.
I'm counting down
It's
the
exciting.
hours. I'm like, oh, come on.
Well, usually for me, I start
Yes.
counting, like, once we get down to like 10 days, then I'll start counting the days. It's like, okay, 10 days, countdown, then we're down to, what is it, JB, how we say it? We got 1 day and a wake up left. And then
Yeah. And you know what? I hated that, dude. I literally, when people would say that, I'm like, stop. Just don't say, let the time go by.
1
Let's
day
not
and
count
wake
this
up.
stuff. Because that draws that out
Yeah,
is
it
so
does.
much longer for me. But
Yeah.
I get it. If you want to
Yeah.
do that, that's fine. Just keep it to yourself.
1 day and a wake up. Get over it. But big shout out to everybody that's watching us tonight, man. We love you guys and we appreciate the support. And just to let you guys know, here shortly, probably, I would say in the next 3 or 4 days, you guys will be able to start hearing this on all platforms. So, which means we'll be on Apple Podcasts, we'll be on Spotify, Podbeam, Anchor, whatever.
Let's go.
Whatever's out
Love
there,
it.
you guys will be able to hear us audio as well. So, and don't be afraid, guys. Please follow each one of these co-hosts of mine, man. They each all have their own TikToks, they have their Facebooks, and they have their own YouTube. So make sure you guys are giving them a follow so we can grow them just as,
Yes,
just the
I have a
same.
YouTube.
She has a YouTube.
Help me. Give me a birthday YouTube follow, please. Thank you.
So I guess if you guys remember from last week, we talked about. I do hear an echo. I hear somebody's echoing. So yeah, but we talked about last week that this week we were going to talk about living with gratitude. Living with gratitude. And I think that's something that's important. I think that if you guys have Veteran Mindset 2.0, my book, you guys can go and find that on Amazon and read about that, because that's actually what we're going to be covering tonight, living with gratitude. And it's so important. It's part of the reason why I got where I am is because I started being grateful. I had gratitude for what I had. I was grateful for my life. I quit looking at the things that I didn't have and really focused on what I had right now. And I knew what I wanted in the future, that it was going to come, but I had to be grateful for what I had now. And I think a lot of people forget that, and they don't concentrate and focus on what they have now. They want so much. I want fame. I want money. I want attention. I want the big house. I want the cars. But, focus on just being a good person, right? Focus on what you have now, and then eventually all that stuff will come. So I want to read a little something really quick to you guys, and then we can, do a follow-up and kind of go from there. Why does having gratitude matter when staying in recovery? Now, we all know what recovery is. This could be recovering from mental health, recovering from addiction, recovering from whatever, nothing specific. Just recovery to me, and recovery in this book is just recovering from all the struggles that you've been going through in your life. So why does gratitude matter? Gratitude is strongly and consistently associated with greater happiness, being thankful for things and positive people in your life. It makes you appreciate what you have rather than what you don't have. Gratitude is the most powerful source of inspiration that will help you stay focused in a 2.0 mindset. So again, like I was saying, just being grateful for what you have, being grateful for your family, being grateful for the small things. And then I think being grateful for the small things, eventually the big things will come. If you guys want to chime in on that, that's how I feel. Yeah. How do you guys feel about gratitude?
I kind of look at it as this. Every little thing that we go through in life, it's the little things that matter. Those little things, they become the big things. When you look at the people that come into your life, the situations that come into your life that work out or don't work out, the people that come into your life that work out or don't work out, or they're there for a reason, a season, or a blessing. I always look at that as thank you. Thank you for being there for me, because no matter what it was that I went through, no matter what happiness, heartbreak, whatever it might be that I went through, you taught me something. You helped me grow. You helped me learn. You helped me have strength and become someone that I am today. And so I always look at that as no matter what you go through, be thankful for it. Even if it's the shittiest thing, be thankful for it, because it is helping you grow.
It makes you happy too.
You're supposed to be.
Right? It keeps you a happier person.
Yes.
When you're grateful for things, you stay happier, right? Do you guys remember at some point in your life when you were like miserable, but you weren't grateful for anything? Like you were just miserable. You hated life. And you wasn't grateful for even the little things you had, and you were just miserable all the time. I know I was always miserable, and I never looked at like she said, the small things. It definitely keeps you happy. Yeah, I'm a much happier person now that I'm grateful for what I have.
Drew, if you can pull some earmuffs for a second here, living with gratitude, right? You should have gratitude to live.
That's right. You
should. The world is explicit, and I will say that fucked. But I woke up vertical today.
Yeah.
I have gratitude.
Well, it's your birthday, so you can be effed if you want to.
Look, I have gratitude. I have gratitude for the people in my life.
To celebrate it. Yeah,
exactly. Gratitude for people in life and the perspective that I have in life. And I think to your point, though, too, the reason you get gratitude is from perspective. How do you get perspective? In my opinion, that comes from trauma. That comes from struggle. That's where perspective comes from. So you should have 1,000% gratitude because you went through your struggles. You went through your hardships. Yeah. You went through all of these things that put you in that situation to realize, you know what? I woke up and I'm actually breathing today. So let's roll with it. Like, let's go. That's the positivity. That's where you move forward. Sorry, Drew. I know you were trying to say something there.
On the money.
No, you're good. And it's funny that you bring that up with, as you guys know, everything that's been going on with me over the past 6 months to a year. And I will say this, I have nothing but gratitude for the family that has backed me up and been behind me on everything that I have gone through at my darkest of times. Having the people that I haven't talked to in a couple weeks reach out and say, you know what? I love you. You're worth it. You've got this. We're here for you. And I have gratitude for the experiences that I've had in life, because without that, we wouldn't be anywhere. And what a lot of people don't understand is having gratitude for your good times, your bad times, no matter what it is. That's what makes us who we are. That's what we build off of. And if you can't appreciate, which gratitude is appreciation, if you can't appreciate what you've gone through in your life and the stepping stones that you've had, where are we? We're nowhere. Because if we're not living from our experiences today and yesterday, where are we tomorrow?
Right on the money. I was hoping somebody's going to talk about that. Being grateful for what we went through. How about that? How about that? Like, if I sit here and say, and this is going to be really weird to some people, but if I go, I am thankful that I was a drug addict for 10 years.
You're
Like,
not wrong, dude. You're not wrong.
But
You're not
people
wrong.
who don't understand that, they're like, what is he talking about? Like, what? Why
What are
would
the
you be
things that you
grateful?
learn from the most?
Right.
Your fuck ups, the things that you
Exactly.
did wrong, the mistakes you made.
Yep.
That is how you change yourself. That's how you go, oh, don't want to do that again. Like
So
that is
I'm
literally the best learning experience.
I'm going to say this. I'm grateful for the times that I had to live
Absolutely.
in the back of my truck, that I lived out of an extended cab Nissan Frontier for almost 7 months, which a lot of people don't know about. I was working, I was taking showers at friends' houses, but I was living and sleeping in the bed of my truck. I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for what I went through. I'm thankful for my alcohol abuse. I'm thankful for everything that I went through, because I'm telling you this. If it wasn't for what I went through and me being thankful that it happened, I would not be the person that I am today.
Facts, brother. Facts.
I
think a lot of
actually
people
have a
forget
really
that.
That's right.
quick question, which is this is interesting because it just popped in my head when you were saying that. Are you thankful and resentful? Or are you just thankful that it happened?
I'm thankful that it happened. I resent that it happened in my life, that I allowed it to happen. But at the same time, I am thankful that it did happen, because I
But
wouldn't
you
be
grow
where I
past
am
that
today.
resentment, right? Like you can't resent it,
Exactly.
right? You can't be
No.
like, I made these mistakes and it's terrible I did that, and you can't blame yourself. So you have to, I think that's like an initial step, if that makes sense. Like you're resentful at first, but then you move past it.
Exactly.
Like the resentment, like obviously being homeless, right? Like I mean, I don't know. I guess we'd say, we're grateful for that experience, right? We're grateful for going through the struggle. And then if somebody says, would you change it? Well, I mean, okay, what if I told you could have the same experience, the same lessons, I could just give you those lessons and give you that knowledge and you would have it all, but you never had to live out in a car. You never had to live on a park bench. You never had to experience any of that stuff, but you had the experience and knowledge maybe another way. Or would you still,
I'd still do it. I wouldn't go back and not have gone through
But
it.
at that
People
time-
give me the knowledge.
No.
but at that time, right? At that time,
Physically have to.
90% of people are like, what? I'm ready to
The
end my life. I'm
heartache.
ready to quit. I'm ready to quit. I can't do this. And I guarantee you, people that are watching this right now, people that are listening to this right now, might be in that situation. And this is what I tell them. You're living your story right now. You're living your story. This is still part of your story. So what you're going through, you just have, I mean, it's hard to say. Like if you're going through struggle, right? If you're going through something right now, you're not going to be grateful for that moment. Right?
Yeah.
You just
You're
can't.
not. You're
Like, You're not going to be grateful that you're an alcoholic right now.
No, it's why are we going through this bullshit again?
Right. Exactly.
Like,
is what I'm
come
getting
on,
at.
dude. Haven't I done
Right.
enough of this? Let's go. Get up and get. Come on.
But this is where it comes
But
down to
at
it.
the
It
same
comes down to having-
time,
Go ahead, Sugar.
while you're going through that, and while you're going through that hard time, while you're going through that struggle, and you're like, shit, again? Here we go again. I've already done this already. Son of a bitch. For me, I've done it quite a few times, and I've sat there and I've questioned myself and thought to myself, shit, here we go again. But you know what? I stop and I say, all right, okay, I'm going through this again for a reason. What is the reason I'm supposed to learn here? Something is trying to teach me something. I need to grow.
You know what's
from
crazy is
something, instead of sitting
basically
there and
off
being
of that,
resentful.
off of what you're saying, the past 2 months, what I've gone through, I almost ignored it. Not in like I'm not dealing with it, but I almost ignored that, hey, I'm going through this, instead of focusing on this sucks and God, why is this happening again? I
Right.
was like, I just planted it in my head.
Yes.
Whatever. It's happening. I'm not going to let this drag me down. I need to focus on what I need to do next. So I love that you said that, because that's
Yes.
literally, I almost shut it down and I was like, not letting this get to me. Okay, what do I have to do to fix this? Let's go that direction.
So JB, I'm going to throw it on that. What tools have you taken
Absolutely.
from that personal experience that has helped you pass that?
Well, I think the tools are, that's a loaded question, brother. But I would honestly say, and
What
it's
are
not a
Some
great thing.
techniques, techniques.
Yeah,
or
your
what?
technique, whatever.
That tool belt.
What did he do? What did you do to get yourself back to where you needed to go? How did you remind yourself that you needed to get your shit back
So,
together?
and this is a little bit weird too, because it actually does. I don't often go back to my time in the service. I don't often go back to what I experienced overseas, but I desensitized. And I know there's veterans in here that can talk about that and understand what I mean by that. You desensitize yourself to so many things. So, in a sense, where that was a weakness for me to transition back into civilian life, it's become a tool that I can use now in my personal life, to where I can desensitize where something would affect me so much to where it would shut me down, not make me productive anymore, to where I have desensitized myself to all this crazy shit's going on and it's terrible. And oh God, what am I going to do? But so I desensitize myself and I shut that part off. So, and that's just off the top of my head. That's the only thing that makes sense is you kind of trick yourself into it ain't that big of a deal. And it's not to say that I'm going, it isn't, but I mentally prepare myself and desensitize myself to where I can move forward and I can concentrate on how do I get past it instead of this sucks. Why did it happen? Like, can I catch a break? I've caught myself before years ago going, I don't think I'm that bad of a person. Maybe everybody doesn't think of me that way, but why is this happening to me?
Right.
Desensitize that shit. Shut it off. How do I move forward? Because nobody's fixing this but me. I can wallow in self-pity.
That's what I was waiting on right there. I've been waiting on that for you to say, ain't nobody going to do it for you but you. Like, no matter what tools, what techniques, whatever you want to talk about, the simple fact is, and we talked about this last week, really hardcore, if you want it, go get it. Like, it just doesn't matter. Like, whatever you want in life.
Right.
If you're sick of struggling, if you're sick of feeling this way, if you're sick of being fat, if you're sick of being lazy, get your ass up and go to work. Like, nobody's going to do it.
We get support from our surroundings, right? Like, I get support from you, I get support from Sugar and Drew and everybody else that we have in the Discord, but it's, what are you doing? Like, you can talk people up and tell them, hey, you're good, you can do this, blah, blah, blah. And you can sit there and it can go like this, in one ear, out the other, however you want to look at it. But what are you going to do? Are you going to take all this and just be like, thanks for telling me that. I appreciate that. It's like me getting told happy birthday. Look, to me, it's another day. I got to grind. I got to keep moving, right? But what am I going to do with that? I made it another year. I should probably celebrate that. I'm terrible at it, but whatever. I'm getting fucking grayer every day.
I want to just say this one thing to you, JB, from that comment you just said. You're talking about like motivation, pumping each other up. One of the biggest things that I say is motivation has an expiration, right? And what does that mean?
1000%.
That means, yeah, we can get motivated all day long, but it's going to be that discipline that's going to get you going. Do you think I've been getting here because of motivation? Heck no.
Yes.
Like, motivation gets me out of bed. Motivation helps me get started, but it's the discipline that you have to plant in yourself. If you're not a military guy and you're just a civilian and you never done nothing, you have to have that personal development. You have to learn. That personal discipline. You have to learn.
Oh man, here's a great question. How long does motivation last as opposed to dedication?
Right.
Yes. And on the note, the reason JB I brought this up, we all talk about tools and we all talk about giving people the
You're a tool
to help.
Sorry.
the tools to help people, but what we have to remember is we're all different and we can give you the tools, but you have to interpret that into your own way as your own motivation to change what you're going through in your life. And you go through something, I could go through the exact same thing and Sugar can go through the exact same thing and so can Sean, but we will all interpret how we came through that differently, even though it was the same exact thing. It is up to us to decide how we use those to our own benefit. And just like what you've been going through and I've gone through, especially the past couple of weeks, and what we've all gone through, it's we take the tools that have been put in front of us, we make them how it will benefit us, and then we move on forward with it.
How are you going to deal with your situation? We all deal with it differently, but the whole purpose, like with Veteran Mindset 2.0, is what I did was created some tools because I wanted people to be able to use the tools that I learned even though everybody has to learn their own way, some people can use these tools and help them in their life. So giving tools is a good thing. It's just, will it work for that person, right?
I like to
Motivation-
keep a real factor
and
in
I
there
agree
too.
with that everyone's drive is different.
Sorry, go ahead, Sugar. You're slightly on a delay, so I apologize for cutting you off there. But go ahead.
I know. I can hear myself.
We're catching you
I'm so sorry.
like 3 seconds behind. So yeah, I don't think anybody's trying to cut you off. I think it's just the delay.
No, you're
But
good.
motivation versus dedication. Let's get into that. What JB just said. I really want to hear some answers out of that. Motivation. Well, what he said was, what lasts longer, motivation or dedication? Dude, I don't know what would last longer. Like motivation,
Honestly, I say
Get you going?
dedication.
but dedication,
Dedication.
you need more
dedicate
dedication
yourself to
than
make the
motivation.
difference in yourself.
But motivation, I don't know. I don't know which one lasts
here's where
longer.
here's where it's at, Sean. Here's where it's at, Sean. Motivation leads to dedication, because you can be motivated all you want.
Yeah.
But if you're not dedicated to make that change that motivated you to realize you need to make that change is never going to happen. It
That's right.
takes dedication to the change. You can be motivated by 1,000 people. But
Where's my army guys in the back going, motivated, dedicated, and bold. Sorry, I'm just hearing this in my head. I'm like, cadence is just kicking back in. I need, let's do this shit. And I think too with motivation, dude, it's almost like the gas that you put in your car, right? The dedication is your motor's going to keep running. Motivation is the gas. Like, you have to constantly find ways to be motivated. You have to have people like Sean, Sugar, Drew, all our family to go, I'm going to toss you some. What you do with that kind of figures out how many miles per gallon you're going to get
right
there.
Motivation to have
I just made an
dedication.
analogy. It's about gas and cars, and motivation and dedication. Let's fucking go.
I talked to this guy the other day. He talked about weight loss.
Yes.
This dude lost like 400 pounds, and people would ask him. He's like, dude. He's like, what kept you going, bro? Is it the motivation? And he was straight
That's
up. He's like, let me
dedication.
tell you something, bro. He's like, motivation did not keep me going. Motivation did not keep me with, getting this weight off. He's like, motivation got me started, but it's the dedication that kept knocking this weight off, kept going to the gym. That discipline we talk about. You got to be disciplined. You got to be disciplined, or nothing's going to change in
But
your life.
it's one is definitely necessary for the other. I
does,
love
because
motivation.
It is.
I do too.
You can have the dedication, but as soon as that motivation stops, for a lot of people, the dedication is going to stop.
That's right. That's right. So this is
So-
very
And the
this is very
motivation
interesting.
continues with the
Yeah.
people that are in your circle. So you have to have the right people in your circle to motivate you and to be dedicated. If you have a toxic group of people around you that you're trying to motivate yourself and they're going like this, pushing you down, not going to get motivated, not going to be dedicated, because those people aren't letting you do that. So your motivation,
You're a product,
like you said, comes from your circle, your family.
You're a product of
Yes.
your surroundings, but
Yes.
also I will say this too, because there's going to be people that are sitting there thinking exactly what I was just thinking. I don't have those surroundings. I don't have those people. I don't have
I've heard
those
that a lot.
encouraging, motivating things. Dude, that's
that's
where, if you're
right.
anything like me, I get aggressive with myself. And I go, like, what are you doing? Okay, like,
Yeah.
I don't want to fail. And nobody wants to fail. But what do I do? If I'm going to sit here and wallow in self-pity, I'm going to fail. Like, I will fail. So that's where it goes back to, I know I've mentioned the false motivation thing. Even if it's shit, like, turn it into a position to where you're like, I can do this. I can beat this. Like, I've dealt with worse in the past. And if you haven't, okay, what's this going to do? This is going to make me stronger. I'm going to figure this stuff out. And that also goes to giving yourself a little bit of incentive to reach out to people too. If you feel like this is something you're so overwhelmed with, talk to somebody. Swallow your pride. I grew up with that. I didn't want to ask for help for anything. Nothing. And I'm still stubborn with that. I think you guys can relate to that too.
I think that's the biggest thing, bro. Even with men, especially men, we don't want to ask for help. most of the time we were raised not to ask for help. It makes you look weak. It goes kind of to that old talking about the old stigma thing, that old stigma thing that says, a man doesn't ask for help. A man hands it on his own. And it's like, well, some things I might need a little help on, but you're absolutely right, bro. You hit everything on the head.
But I'd be sticking myself in a hole
Right on
by
the
doing
head.
that.
I got a question for you
Yes,
men.
asking for help is
And
courageous.
for you
Asking
guys
for help is
here.
courageous. I just wanted to drop that comment real quick that I saw in the comments right here. I'm
Yes,
sorry.
it is.
From
Yes.
Albert Wooden. Asking for help
Absolutely.
is courageous. Yes,
It is. All right, Sugar Rose, go ahead.
What can you tell a man that's tough and that doesn't want to open up and doesn't want to show his emotions, doesn't want to show that he's struggling? What type of person can you tell them? What kind of motivation can you give them to help them find their dedication?
First of all, I'll give him a fucking hug.
Yep.
Give him a big
I'll be
old
like,
bear
hey,
hug.
dude,
And say, I
check
love
this
you.
out. Boom. Yeah. I mean, hey, feminize yourself. Be on the softer side of Sears, whatever you got to do. Like, it's not cool to be tough.
Right.
Comfort zone.
Can I just repeat
Take
the
him out of
question?
their comfort zone.
Are you saying a man that is kind of like we are talking about, very macho, I guess, whatever, thinks to him alpha, and he wants? I don't understand the question. Like he's trying to, like, what will we say to him to get him to open up more? Like,
So, yeah, what type of motivation would you give a man like that that's struggling, that wants to out but doesn't quite reach out because he's scared of the outcome of it? How would you motivate him and show him the dedication that he needs to find in himself? Like,
I guess
how
for
would
me,
you guide him to that?
I guess
Hey,
for me, I mean, part of that question. Yes.
You guys are freezing out for me. I hate to do this. I got to reset real quick.
Just go ahead and go, bro. You ain't got to tell us. So see now I lose my train of thought.
That's exactly what I was laughing about, bro. I'm sitting there going, oh, shit. We just derailed this whole
You realize I
fucking
have ADHD and those kind of things does not work for me. But I've been in that situation, and I guess I would show somebody, like I've showed people, like, look, man, let me show you the guys I work with. All right. These guys been through the same thing, and I would show them just examples of the people that I hang out with. Like, look at this guy, man. He's a veteran. He's done this. He opens up. He's like, show them an example that men don't have to, hold everything in. We can be, there's airbornes, there's rangers, there's, police officers. There's so many guys that I feel like are really alphas who actually are able to be more, now that I'm getting older and I'm growing up and I'm seeing more clearly. You are more of an alpha male when you step up and can show emotion. So I would just show them the surrounding.
I would definitely add on to that.
The gray is coming through. The gray is coming through.
Look, man,
yeah,
talk
dude,
to
I
me
got
when
plenty
you
of
grow
it.
up and get your face covered with it.
I got plenty of it.
But I would honestly say, because coming from a person that I always thought by offering knowledge and being that support system, being that person you can go to, and no matter what's going on, like they rely on you or lean on you for advice, right? When you start to open up and kind of share that you're going through stuff or be vulnerable a little bit, that makes you so much stronger, and it actually makes you more approachable. That's what I learned, is that, like, when I started sharing my faults, my falls, the things I did wrong, it was like people actually trusted me more. And that's what I thought that I was doing before. I thought I was the trusted person. I thought I was an approachable person, but little did I know, by being such a quote unquote alpha, or, I can help you, I will do everything I can to help you, blah, 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 blah. You need to humanize yourself.
That's right.
You need to have people know you are a human being.
Yes.
You're living the experience.
your
You're
vulnerability.
experiencing life.
So my answer and his answer, which would be, I would introduce him to somebody like JB and say, look, this guy's lived this life. You could look at him, consider he's sort of like an alpha male, but except for he's very, he'll talk about his emotions. And I think that's what it is, just surrounding yourself with those kind of people.
Yeah, because you can't do that initially. Like, until you grow, you develop, and you kind of understand that that's a part of the process, right? Like, you should become a fucking human, for lack of better terms, and be able to communicate those things. It's not always helpful Where that's where I think I made a mistake earlier on in life, is I thought I want to help and I want to be the supporter. I want to be the provider. But look, I have shit too. And if what value are you giving to somebody if you're just that they may look at you, he has the answers. He's the support. He's that guy. Like, humanize yourself. I failed.
The
I
example,
failed.
showing the example,
Yeah.
lead by example is the biggest thing I live my life through. Is I'm not just going to talk about it. I am about it, but I'm not just going to, I'm never going
Here's one thing I
to
want to add on.
tell you or you to do something that I wouldn't do. So I will always do what I ask you to do, and I will always lead by example. So if I ask
Man,
you to
I
open
said that
up,
when I instructed PT all the time.
Man up.
I'll never ask you to do
Yeah.
something I can't do.
right. If I'm going to have you man up about
So,
something,
and I
I'm
wanna
going to
remind-
man up about it.
And I want to throw this out there. I want to put it on
And
top
I mean-
of you, Sean, you and JB. I want to put this on top of you guys. We want to be there for people, but at the same time, remember, we need people there for us. And there are so many times that we try to be strong for everybody else. But we need to remember at the end of the day, we're as human as they are. And there's times that we need to remember that there's times we need to reach out, that we need people there for us. We can't do it alone. And I'm a
Yeah,
prime
thanks
example
for
of
calling
that.
out my
Over-
biggest
over-
weakness.
Yeah, over the past year,
I'm not good at it.
I'm a prime example.
Absolutely.
I'm a prime example of that. And JB, I have seen it in you. I have seen when you have been worn thin. And Sean, I've seen it with you too. But we need to remember that, yes, we can help everybody in this world. But at the same time, we have to, we're telling everybody else to open themselves up. We're telling everybody else to open up their hearts. But we need to do the same thing at the same time. We're all human. And no matter how much we want to help people, we need to remember that there's times in our life where we need help too. And those same people that we're reaching out to are there for us.
That's right.
Absolutely. I agree. And I need, people out here trying to make a difference like us and many, many others, they need that love and that support to come back. And I'll be honest with myself. I am one of those that I want to help everyone. I want to heal everyone. I want to save everyone. I want to do everything I can to make a difference in the lives of others. And I far too often forget about myself. And I stuff my problems inside and my emotions or whatever's going on in my life. I stuff it down so I can be there for somebody else. But you're right. You cannot help somebody else with an empty candle. You
And you
have
know
to
what?
be able to have that light energy.
We're going to swing it all the way around, and you can't do none of this until you have gratitude in your own life.
Yep.
Right? Until you start having gratitude and being grateful and thankful,
That's right.
none of this that we talked about is ever going to happen. So if
Yeah.
you're listening to this right now and you find yourself
Appreciate everything
miserable,
you've gone through.
be appreciative. I've talked to so many people, and I swear, bro, you can go back on some post on my Facebook and just look at people, and they'll be like, well, I don't have anything. And you know what? You may really feel that way, but the truth is you're breathing right now. You're breathing. You're 6 feet above ground. Like, you are not dead.
Yeah.
If you're not dead, you still got a chance. If you're still breathing, you still got a chance. And so just be grateful for that. It starts with something small. Be grateful for your house. Be grateful for your car. Be grateful for your air. Be grateful for whatever, dude. Like, if you're in a wheelchair, be grateful for that wheelchair. I mean, look at Bobby
Well,
Headline. I
Sean,
mean, this
I
guy is
wanna be
incredible. You know,
Yeah.
he's
Sean,
grateful to be alive.
It's our gratitude for today that is going to drive us to make a change tomorrow.
Yes, dude.
It's a gratitude for what we
Yes.
have now
I like
and where
that a
we're
lot.
at now that is going
Yes.
to drive us to make the change tomorrow.
Yes.
Man. Exactly.
So-
Be
yes,
grateful for
exactly. So if you
today.
went
Be
through-
grateful, right? I'm grateful for you, Sugar Rose. I'm grateful for JB. I'm grateful for Drew. I'm grateful for Vet Life for Life. I'm grateful for everybody watching. Like, just be grateful and shit will start changing in your life. Quit complaining and griping and whining about every damn thing. I can't stand somebody that whines all the time. Victim mentality. It's your fault.
Man,
Ain't my fault.
there's
Ain't my
a
fault.
few different situations, and it's like, look, if you, this is again my favorite word is perspective. Get some perspective.
Yeah.
Perspective.
Like, you wanna see how shitty a day is? Go to a third world country. Research some of that stuff. Go to a third floor in hospitals. I mean, I've spent time at Riley Hospital, and you see kids that are in their permanent residence. They don't go home. It is some of the most terrible things you'll ever see. You have to remember, like, the things that you have and you take for granted. It's perspective. Put it into perspective. Remember what you have. Remember the advantage you have on so many people, because that is what is going to give you the motivation, the mindset, the way for you to take a path and improve your life, and most importantly, improve and impact other people.
So I want to
That is
read
medicine for me, dude.
So I want to read another
Absolutely.
paragraph, if that's okay with you guys, really quick, out of the Living with Gratitude and the Practicals. I'll just read another paragraph and we could jump on that. This is because everything I'm hearing with the mental health and everything, I feel like it just dropped right into this. So out of the book Veteran Mindset 2.0, having gratitude will not only help you stay in a positive mindset and stay happier, but it will also help you through certain mental health challenges like anxiety, depression, and PTSD are some examples of gratitude that it'll help with. Gratitude reduces the stress hormones and managing the I wrote it, I can't even spell it, can't even say it right. The nervous system functions. It will greatly reduce many of the symptoms that are associated with anxiety, depression, and PTSD. Focusing on good things in life will help you stay in the recovery mindset. So the point is, get yourself in the right mindset. It actually relieves some of that stress. You stress so much in life is one of the biggest problems that people actually, stress is the number one killer, actually a huge killer in this country. People don't realize it, but stress
Yes, it
causes
is.
so many problems, heart attacks, actually weight gain. You stress all the time. Some people use stress as food. They eat because it's like anxiety. It's just, the point is, get yourself right. And it helps. Cholesterol. Yes, I was thinking those words, but
Yes.
absolutely, man. That's what I'm getting at, is just, having gratitude is much more than just, being thankful for items. Be thankful for you're alive. Be thankful just for who you are as a
For who you
person. Be
are.
thankful for what you've been through.
Yes.
Relieve that stress. Get rid of that stress.
So
Yes.
I'm going to say this.
Stress eating. That's it.
Takes
Stress
so
eating.
much more out of yourself.
Words.
It takes so much more out of yourself to drive and remember those traumas, to go through that stressful time. You put it takes a lot more out of your mental to get yourself in a negative place than keep yourself in a positive place. And that's where a lot of people don't realize. It is so much easier to put yourself in a positive mindset in with that gratitude. And if that's the whole thing, like what Sean brought up, gratitude. It is so much easier to be grateful for what we have and what we've gone through than to drive and thrive on the negative aspects of our life. And if we can get past that, and be grateful for what we have and be in that positive mindset, that negativity will have no chance. It will have no chance to come up and overtake us again. And it's
right.
waking up in the morning, and it comes down to
Absolutely.
it comes down to putting the notes on your mirror. Write on your mirror what you're grateful for and read that every single morning. I'm telling you, your day will be
When you
so
find
much more
affirmations,
positive.
yeah. When you find it's true that when you start surrounding yourself with good people, like us four, right? Like, I couldn't ask for a better group of people. Like, we're all like,
Hey,
we're the
don't
same,
lie to me.
but we're
Don't lie
different.
to me.
We're the same, but we're different. We're
We are
different.
different, but same.
We're we're different, but we same. Different, but same. Yes, exactly.
Different faces, but still same.
Sitting.
You kill me, JB. That's so right,
I
bro.
love it.
We different. Yes, we different, but we same.
Still same. Now that I completely fucked up your thought, let's continue on there.
See, but here you go, and that's what you just talked about. We're four people from four different aspects of life and four different traumas in our life and four different experiences, but yet we can come together all as one and put a smile on our faces and help people.
Thank you for clearing that up there, Drew.
Four. I got
That's
I got
what I
a
was trying
suitcase
to
full
say.
of traumas. You talking about 4 traumas? Shit. Let me
I got a
go
trunk
open up
load.
the suitcase. And I got actually the storage shed down the street. I think I got that full of shit too.
I think I got some. I got a
Let me-
closet
let me
y'all
just-
can go
let me
look
just
in.
upload my VA record.
I
Oh
put
man,
that shit off.
go check out my closet.
Oh God, I don't even want to open my own closet. But I don't know. Let's go ahead.
I'm not sure that's a good idea. Let's compare closets.
That's how you keep your room clean, man. You know, all the
Oh,
shit goes in
man.
the closet. Just shove that shit
No,
in there, and the
no,
rest
no,
of it's
in
great.
there.
no. JB's closet that gets
I hide it with all my shoes.
Hey, I'm probably like the only guy, and I want to say only guy because I know guys collect shoes, but I do. I'm like a woman when it comes to shoes, bro. I got a stack of shoes, bro.
Show me your stilettos, homie. Let me see them.
Oh my god.
So
Well,
I want to bring a subject up, and I know we've talked about it, but I do want to bring a subject up. And
Okay.
I know you guys, but what are you guys truly grateful for? Like honestly, from the depths of your heart, what are you truly grateful for that has driven you to be where you are now?
You got Grand Theft Auto going on in the
I
background.
was like,
there?
holy smacks!
shit.
Like I heard the car, and then it just stopped. And I was
Tell
like,
them to
what did it
shift
just hit?
gears?
Sorry.
Damn.
Man,
Sorry,
I mean, I can
I couldn't
kick it off.
get my headphones registered. So
No, you're good. Look, I'm just gonna jump in because mine's kind of quick. Because really, bro, we already talked about it, and you brought it up actually. But the from the heart, the biggest thing I'm thankful for, man. I know it kind of sounds redundant, but it's just so true, man. Is what I've been through, man. My experiences, the military, going overseas, having all these experiences that I've been through to lead me where I am today. Because I wouldn't be Sean the Veteran Guy. I wouldn't be the author of Veteran Mindset 2.0. I wouldn't have this passion to help people if I would have never been in a bad situation myself. So I think just my life experiences is the biggest thing I'm grateful for.
I think going off of that, I was living all the way up to a point through, my experience in the military, my deployments and life and going through life and what I was doing. I didn't really have a purpose. And what I mean by that is it's not that I didn't have goals. I didn't have a purpose.
Yeah.
So where I got my purpose is, and it changed my life, and it's the thing that I'm most grateful for, is having the opportunity and being so blessed to have my son. It changed my life. It changed everything about me. I did not give a shit about myself. I did not care through my entire life. But what I learned from having the opportunity to be so blessed to have him, I started caring about myself, because if I didn't, who am I? What am I doing for him? I'm setting him up for failure. If I don't care about myself, then he's not going to have a good upbringing. I'm not going to be a good support system. So that is what I am absolutely, without a question. It's the one thing I'm the most grateful for. It's not like just a normal thing people run off to. That is the fact in my life.
Yeah.
It literally changed everything for me. So
I respect that.
I'm so grateful for him. I mean, it's my heart. It's my soul.
Is that,
I don't
is
think I
that
had
your
a
only
heartbeat.
son, JB? Is that
Yes.
your only? Okay.
Yeah.
So I think that I'm just saying, I got 5 kids. So
Yeah.
I'm very grateful for all of them. Obviously, I think any parent is grateful for their children, but there's nothing like your first, right? So when you get
Yeah.
that first one, it's like, especially if you are living a life like you were living, and then that child comes, that has to be your go-to. Like that's
and
my
not
baby.
not to get too deep into it. And these
Yeah.
these are conversations I try to get more comfortable with having.
Right.
I was in a position to where I was informed that I can't have kids, and beyond that, that was actually exposure that I dealt with through going through the military and things like that. And it's like, man, it's just something you could never had. And I was lucky enough to get to that point and be able to have that situation.
I'm about to twist your mind in the audience, because this is how I think. All of that was happening, but God knew that you needed a child just to change you. So everything happened for a purpose. Your baby came for a purpose, because if without that child, you wouldn't be who JB is today, regardless of your
Fact.
purpose, regardless of all that shit you've been going through. You could say, man, I was going to do this and go do this, and all your deployments, whatever. What changed you was your son.
Which is
So,
immaculate because I
yeah.
mean the place that I was at, the person I was is like again numb, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Just so desensitized, so numb to understanding like why people are upset about the daily things that happen to them, or I had bad service or whatever. You know, my coffee, I spilled my coffee on myself, whatever the hell it is. It literally gave me the extra perspective
That's me.
to
Me too.
like, but to come back in the world, like,
Yeah.
and really realize that what you do impacts other people so much, and that is he became my purpose. Like when that happened, I was, and it's almost like, thank God,
Living your life for him, basically.
because I didn't give a shit about myself, it gave me a purpose to where it's like, yeah,
Which
I
now
care.
you know you got to take care of you so that way you could take care of him.
Unfortunately.
Right.
But-
even if
no,
you didn't
but
want
yeah,
to.
yeah.
But yeah, even if you didn't want to. Like even if you were right
changed
now, you're like,
everything.
you know what? I
Yeah.
don't give a shit about myself, but I love my son. Well, you
I
can't
can't
love
say
your
that
son.
anymore. Yeah,
You
I can't say
yeah.
that anymore. I don't
can't.
feel that way anymore.
Yeah.
I definitely feel completely changed by that. It has flipped me completely upside down to where it's like, hey, I actually do. And I'm one of those people, I am not conceited. I will never think about myself first. It's always everybody else first.
Okay, Magic Mike.
So but next is I'm gonna drop a bomb. I'm gonna drop about the same bomb on you guys, but I want to hear
Is
Sugar
it a
Rose.
dirty
Like,
bomb?
this is one person that I've wanted to hear from all night is Sugar Rose, because she's, and it's not nothing Sugar Rose, but you're not a veteran. It's, you are
Right.
like the connection between all of us and why we did what we did. So I would love to hear your story right now and what you're grateful for and what's truly changed your life.
I would honestly say, first of all, thank you for that. That's very sweet. I would honestly say that what I am most grateful for is every single person that has crossed my path through my childhood up until the age I'm at right now. For every single person that has loved me, that has hurt me, that has lied to me, that has taught me different things in life, that has disrespected me, whether it be mentally, verbally, emotionally, or that has sat there and sat with me and taught me something that I needed to learn, or whatever it might be. I'm truly grateful for each and every person that has crossed my path in my life. I think through that, I have learned so much. I have grown so much. And for a long, long time, just kind of like JB, I didn't have a purpose. I didn't have a reason for doing anything that I did in life. I wanted to be happy. I wanted to be loved. Wanted my boys to be loved and cared for. And I was just kind of lost, and I got to a point where through everything I've gone through, every little relationship, every person, I grew more every single time. And as I continued to grow, I started to discover me. I just started to discover my voice. I started to discover my purpose, that I've gone through so many things that you can't imagine. Whether, and I understand, like, I'm not a veteran, and I did not serve, but I was married
Mr.
to
Lambo.
an Army veteran for a
Lambo.
very long time. I I lived with PTSD, that struggled, that went through very, very hard time, but I got to work through that and learn about PTSD and learn about our veterans and learn about our military, and be able to understand that everything is to help. It's to help and save other people, to let people know that no matter what you're going through, you're gonna get
Using
through
your
it.
experience
And
to
if
help
I
others.
can do it, you can do it. If these Exactly. And now my gratitude is my purpose to make sure that nobody else feels the things that I have felt, that nobody else has to go through the pain that I've gone through. And if I can teach somebody in that way, or at least open their eyes before it's too late, then that's truly my purpose. And it comes to people, everybody that crosses my path, even to today. I
love
learn and
that.
I grow
Well
every
said.
day.
I love that. I love that.
Well said. Drew, we got a few minutes left, man. If you can make it brief, let us know what you're grateful for, bro.
I will make it brief. I am grateful, just like JB, but for my daughter. My daughter has saved my life twice. And I know we've had this conversation, and I want to say it's not only am I grateful for everybody on here, I wouldn't be here without my daughter.
That's good, man.
I was going through my worst of the worst, and I was sitting on a lifeguard tower ready to become a 22. And my daughter's mom called me and said, you know what? I'm pregnant. And the second time was about 4.5 years later. Same lifeguard tower, same thing in my hand. And my daughter called me and she's like, Dad, I miss you. I'm having nightmares. Can I come stay with you tonight?
That instantly puts
that little girl has
yeah.
been my driving force, which is the reason I have changed my life. On top of that, all the people on this app that have not only reached out to me, but that I've touched and have messaged me that I've touched, I'm never going anywhere. This is my driving force. This is what I'm grateful for. I'm grateful for every single person that I have crossed paths with. Because not only, I'm not saying I've had an effect on everybody, but everybody has had an effect on me. And I wouldn't be here without every single person that has sent me a text message, that has sent me a Snapchat, that has sent me a DM, because it's at my worst of times is when I get the messages from people that I've never even talked to before, but that send me that DM like, hey, I hope you're okay. I just want to let you know that you've done this in my life, and I really hope to see you again soon. It's cutting it short, but in the short run, that is my driving factor, and that is why I am grateful in my life, and that is why I'm grateful for every single day that I wake up, knowing that there's a possible chance that I have an impact to change somebody's life.
I think that just shows right now, coming towards the end of this podcast episode, shows you why we're all four here. It just shows it, like, you know, the passion from JB, the reason he's here, you, Sugar Rose, myself, like, there was something about us four, you know, are really going to be able to make a difference out here. And this is the whole purpose of the podcast, man, is to show other people that four people, different lives, you know, but similarity and struggles can come together, fix our own life, but also now maybe help others. So this has been
Sean,
incredible.
I was going to say real quick, and unless you got one of your little surprise trick questions there, I was going to ask one of my traditional questions. Did you have something that you wanted to put out there?
Well, you know what? We'll go ahead and do that really quick. I'll drop the plug as soon as we do that. So if you want to go ahead and let you do it tonight. So
what I'd like to do is the one positive, right? That's something that I talked about in the past. Like, just give me one positive thing that you can draw from whatever happened, your day, your week, since we last hopped on here. What was the most positive thing that happened to you? I like doing a daily thing, but whatever you guys want to roll with. We'll go ahead and do Sugar, Drew, and then Sean, and I'll go with mine, and then we can wrap up with you.
Sounds good. Go ahead, Sugar.
Sugar, it's all you.
Something positive.
Well, I would say my one positive thing for the week so far is I got up this morning. It's a new day. It's a fresh start. And no matter what, I'm going to keep moving forward. And I keep being positive and keep making a difference in the lives of others the best I can.
Love it.
The one positive thing that I had today, and it may seem small to a little people, but it's big to me. I was reminded that within the next 5 days, I'm not going to be here in California, and I'm going to be about 30 minutes away from Sean.
Yeah, you will. Yep. That's a good positive, bro. All right, so I'll go. I think for me, it was being reminded that I have great people in my life, dude. Earlier this week, man, I was struggling a little bit, and there was some situations coming up, and instantly the people that helped me with, you know, with the background stuff, stepped up, and it just showed me, holy cow, like I've got some amazing people in my life. And man, that's the positive. Just the positive is that I try to be good to other people, and it's turned to other people being good to me. And so I just know that's how I need to continue to live my life, being good to people, and good things will happen. So I was reminded this week of I'm surrounded by great people.
I think I've been able to overcome adversity and show that I still have the capacity to do the amount of things that I can get done in a day. I'm managing a whole other thing outside of this as well too, and still it's like I want to be here for this. This is my birthday. I ran meetings. I'm running a team. I'm motivating a team. Overcoming adversity is probably the most positive thing, and showing that I have the capacity to still figure these things out and be able to run them effectively and just rock and roll with it. So I like that. Yeah. Like I think that's been the best positive thing that's happened to me today. So Sean, if you want to kind of wrap this stuff up.
All right. Well, guys, another episode is done, number 4.
I got one more. I got one more.
No, sorry, we're out of time. Sugar,
we're out of time. You have to do it next
hold on
week.
until next year.
Next week, yeah, next week.
I know.
All right, hurry up. You got 15 seconds.
Start the clock.
Okay. I just want to say another thing that was super positive was that the people that actually reached out to me after we did this last class and said we're making a difference in their lives is absolutely incredible. And that's what we're here to do. Mm-hmm. We're here to drive. We're here to push you and make a difference. And that is why we do it, because of people like you that reach out and say, hey, you're making a difference. So thank you. That's the positive.
And that's part of what I'm going to say right now while we're finishing up, wrapping up our 4th episode, Transformational Mindset, guys. Thank you so much. For real. Like, if you guys are done with this episode and you want to reach out to us, do it. Reach out to each one of us. Reach out to one of us and let us know what you think. And we love the feedback. We love the positive feedback. We'll take the negative too, and we'll figure it out and we'll run with it. Big news. This Friday, our very first guest,
exclusive,
Josh from What Makes Us a Fire, will be our first guest. So make sure you guys are sharing this, letting people know Josh will be our very first guest. Every Friday from here on out, we will have a new guest. So that is huge for us. So not sure what we're going to talk about. We're probably going to talk about him. That's usually how it works. We'll let him talk and we'll talk about topics, but we'll let Josh kind of do his thing. But really excited, guys. Make sure you guys are following us all on each platform. Share this out. Let people know about it. Don't forget about December the 9th and 10th, 22K for 22. Please come out. Please register. Help us raise awareness for veteran suicide. Come out on the 9th and meet all the speakers. Sugar Rose is going to be one of our speakers. Country Life Veteran is going to be one of our speakers. I'll be speaking. We got so many other. The great Landini is going to be speaking now. So we have so many good people coming out.
The great Landini never does speaking events.
He never does speaking. Never. So like he's like, bro, you've been helping me. I'm helping you. And that's just the kind of people we surrounded ourselves with. So another wonderful podcast. I'm totally excited that it's going this way. So anyways, we'll see you guys Friday.
We're going to keep it rolling, baby. Yep. And you guys know what time it is.
It is time. Let's get out of here.
Don't
and
stop.
Your diagnosis does not define you.
This has been another Transformational Mindset podcast, brought to you by the veteran guy, Sean Lowry, Sugar Rose, and that Drew. We'll see you guys next time. Thank you for tuning in.